Hello YouTube
and TCG fans.
This is David here
and James
from Cardbound, bringing you...
We are bringing to you another Future Card Buddyfight trial deck. We're bringing Bros Explosion. Bringing Braves Explosion. I wish Bros Explosion was another one.
Yeah, Bros sounds better.
I want a Dude Bro world. Full of like hand egg and... but yeah, this is coming from Dungeon World. One of my personal favourite worlds from Buddyfight. So this one covers, as you'd expect, it's a trial deck. It mainly centres around the protagonists. Deck, I don't know. I haven't watched the show. I just know the rules.
I think it's the one he uses. Although the cards on it, he doesn't use it in the anime up until where I am. I'm
right.
like episode 43 right now.
All right, Christ.
So.
Okay, well I'm behind. But yeah, to explain Dungeon World, it is split at the moment down into two archetypes, like pretty much all of Buddyfight, because it's such a new card game. There's only two archetypes in each world. In Dungeon World, for you D&D fans, there's basically an adventurer archetype, which is mainly what Braves Explosion is centered around, and there's also a dungeon master archetype, which I like to say it, which centers around the dungeon enemies, or the enemy cards. And I think there's a couple of those in there, but it's mainly adventurers. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Open this sucker up. Ah!
You still have the tape on both sides.
You're a tape on both sides! Damn it, you don't tell me these things. You've opened like 12,000 of these.
I think you mean 11,997.
All right. Well, look at you who can count.
You do
making fun of these people who don't know maths. Okay. Okay. Pretty much like every other trial deck, you'll get a rules guide that takes forever to get in.
Meanwhile, he destroyed the whole world.
Okay, well, you don't have to open it like a spaz like I do, and explode everything in there. Yeah, you get the rules, and that comes with, of course, a manga centered around the deck, and
rules.
Also the rules. You get the blurb. You get all the crunch of the deck. Like with all the others, again, no difference. Yeah, it's just a standard.
We've opened that one like
we've opened them
11,997 times.
Yeah, I know, right? And you get the protagonist and his life point card. Hey, again, comes with all the others. They're all customized. And let's get into the deck. Okay, contrary to all the previous ones, mine doesn't come fully sealed.
Oh, it's
because they know how stupid I am. Oh, they've pandered to my ignorance of being able to open cards. Look at that. Thanks, Bushy Road. Really make me feel special, and not the good kind.
They knew.
Yeah. Okay, you get Legendary Warrior Gao, who is clearly a monk class. Zoom in, all the super special shiny of that. He's obviously your buddy, and he gets a cool cost of 2 gauge, and you can get to put monsters in his soul. And when this card is attacked for this turn, nullify the attacking cards. He gets Penetrate and Soul Guard. So, contrary to most other cards, as I'm going through, ooh, I've got to express again how nice the quality of these cards are. Contrary to other worlds, the adventurer type of Dungeon World is all about 2s and 1s, and of course spells. So you get mission card Form a Party. This is another unique thing to Dungeon World, is the mission cards. These are set cards that have a requisite for you to actually do something, and then you get a reward from it.
It's like
for example,
a quest in an MMO.
Yeah, it is literally like a quest from a D&D or an MMO, from an RPG basically. So if another card with mission in its card name is placed on the field, you gain 1 life. Search your deck for an adventurer and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck afterwards. So this is really cool. Form Party is obviously the setup for other missions, and I think there's another mission in here and we'll get to that eventually. Okay. Bring that down, get this out of the way. And our first impact. So Dead End Crush. This has some schmuck on it. Again, don't look for sympathy in terms of the show because I ain't watched it. But again, that is a really nice quality card. And it also has a reference to some of the other item cards in Dungeon World. So here's the effect. Pay 1 engage. You only cast this card if your opponent has 3 or life less. Deal 3 damage to your opponent. This card cannot be nullified and damage cannot be reduced. So basically, if you get this card and you can actually pay 2 gauge, boom, you've won the game. Like pretty much all the other impacts, it is a finisher. And our first monster that isn't a buddy.
Oh, that's rearranging on it.
Grade 2, Silver Warrior Kinsway. We'll go with that. Grade 2. Not the best beta, as like I said before, there's the effect. As you can see, they're all about link attacking. You get 1, 2 of those, and you get another Gal. Let's put that with him. And you get, the best one, you get the most powerful one, clearly in the deck. You get Monk of Bread Deity Prius, like the car.
Is he actually called that?
Monk of Bread Deity, yeah. What's the video?
Bread has a deity.
And he gets move as an ability. But yeah, he is a bread cleric. And he has pretty good defense, so you can move him. So mainly what I can see a tactic being used for him is moving him into your main slot, so he would take all the hits for you. Like I said, the adventurers in the Dungeon World are predominantly around working together, doing link attacks, and working well if you have several of them out in the field. So Craftsman Baku is another one. And when this card link attacks with another, put the top card of your deck into the gauge. So there's also other rewards for link attacks, apart from most of the warriors have penetrates, but Baku has utility. So that as well.
You see that one in the anime, Baku, because it's one of the main character's friends.
This is the first dungeon enemy, Dax Cobalt. As you can see, he's a sausage dog with armor. Cobalt. They don't have kobolds in Dungeon World. For all you D&D fans, they replace them with kobolds. Instead of kobolds, which are little lizard guys. You get little dog guys, which are adorable. How could you not love that? Oh, and you get wow, this guy, you like, look at that face. You gotta tell from that face, if he moved into your neighborhood, he'd have to walk around all his neighbors telling them a certain thing about himself due to court order. So you get Master Thief Stroll Bird. No effects, just decent. 4,000 for a grade 1. Not the best, but not that bad. And you get Fledgling Warrior Ochre Glazer. Oh, sorry, you get three of the sex offender there. Fledgling Warrior Ochre Glazer, and here's the effect. When this card links attack with another, for this turn, this card gets Penetrate, similar to all the other adventurers. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 of him. And Sage Kuguru, you get... I'm going to say it's Cleric. Sage Cleric, pretty much. And if you do not have a monster in the center, when this card link attacks with another adventurer, you gain life. So again, more teamwork. Only 2,000 attack, but grade 1. You get 2 of them. Oh, and the best card in Dungeon World. You get Mama Shiba Cobalt. Look at him. He's a little Shiba Inu, and his shield is a drumstick.
Don't tell me that's actually true.
It is. Look. Gaze upon his wonder.
God.
He's a grade 0. Dungeon World, if you play the DM deck, as I like to call it. You get a lot of grade 0 monsters, because if you play the dungeon monsters, dungeon enemies even, sorry, they have massive grade 3s and they're very powerful beaters and they're very hard to get rid of, hence why you have so many grade 0s. But yeah, Mama Shiba Cobalt has no effect apart from being adorable, and you get 3 of them.
I want a deck with only
Down
them.
to spells. Okay, we get Rolling Stone. So rocks fall, everyone dies. You get, ooh, cast cost, pay 2 gauge, giant steel ball, pull both players. Yeah, there we go. You can read. You can read. I trust you to read, YouTube. You can read, right? I mean, you can write. You can write comments. But
Just
calling me out on how stupid I am when I do a deck list. Oracle of Tuval. There's a spell card. This man's beautiful face. Ooh, here's the effect. Where? There we go. And cast this card if you have 5 or life less. Really low. That's life. And Pillar of Fire. Again, this for you guys who like TCGs and RPGs. This just screams a DM trap. If I was going to make a Dungeon Master deck, I'd definitely put these in.
They use that card a lot in the anime. Pillar of
And
Fire.
here's the effect. It's a counter. Destroy a monster on the field with 6,000 or less, so that can clear the field pretty easily of a lot of cards. You get Dungeon Pit. Look at the poor bread monk. He's in trouble. That's a counter. Only for size 2s, but you can YouTube press play that monster. Sorry, I don't know the actual sign. It's a problem with Bushi Roads if you don't memorize all of the signals. Tap it. Tap it.
Yeah.
It's probably tap it. I trust you. But yeah, if you don't know all the symbols, then you're screwed. Okay, this is Divine Protection of Shelsana.
Like a guide on their...
Well, they do have all the rules. It does come in all the rules. Pay 1 gauge is all the effect. Nullify the attack and gain 1 life. You get 4 of those. That's a pretty good effect. Okay, another mission card. Form the party. Form a party. And then put that with a shiny. And then there's mission card. Defeat monsters. Defeat the monsters. There's the artwork. Pretty decent artwork with all the pieces.
Well.
And it's another set. Like I said, there's another mission as a prerequisite of its before its effect goes off. When an opponent destroys, well, basically when you attack monsters. Here we are. Just waiting for it to focus. When an opponent monster is destroyed with your adventurer's attack, put the top card of your deck into this card's soul face down. When this card's soul becomes 2 or more, put this card into the drop zone and pull the card. So it's an easy draw card. You get 3 of those. And items. Not the strongest in Dungeon World. I've got to say there are stronger worlds with them, but decent. 5,000 beta.
Dungeon World has the strongest item card though.
Oh well, no, it has the strongest item card, but it hasn't got a wide selection of them.
Yeah.
Conquering Blade, Dungeon Domination. Watch me get fucking destroyed on the comment section for that. You get 3 of those. And Origin Blade and Enemy Breaker. 3,000. You get 2 of those. Another Dead End Crush. And of course the Dungeon World flag. So there's the entire Dungeon World Braves Explosion trial deck. In my opinion, it's pretty awesome. But those are my preferences. Dungeon World is so much fun. It's got loads of nice spells. It's, if you play with a lot of the adventurers, then it's all about teamwork, like getting mission cards, fulfilling them, kind of like playing an RPG while you're playing a TCG. And if you play with a lot of the dungeon cards, a lot of the dungeon enemies, it is again like playing an RPG from the Dungeon Master's point of view, as you present big strong monsters for your opponent to try and take down, and you have traps, and you have there are now proper dungeons that if you have a demon and like demon lords, that's a small archetype within the dungeon enemies. Yeah, it's a really fun deck in my opinion.
Like from my point of view, obviously Dungeon World wasn't my first pick, neither was it my second pick, but when I saw it in the anime, I was a bit skeptical because it was just like everything was luck based. Like there was this little treasure, and if you would kill it, it would drop a bomb, and then people would have to play rock paper scissors, and whoever lost the rock paper scissors got 1 damage. And it was kind of like the anime made it look like that was the whole theme around Dungeon.
Well, yeah, Dungeon Enemy does have a lot of that, but the adventurers are a lot about teamwork and fulfilling specific things to reward yourself through the mission cards.
I think I preferred that kind of style where you don't get big beaters, but you use multiple smaller heroes to go for a big attack. I think I'm much more of a fan for that, which I think is really cool because they really, like I say that, they really accentuate, I think that is the right word, that you have to work together and link attack a lot.
Yeah,
that's a really cool feature.
Yeah, it's another cool thing about Dungeon World is you get 2 drastically different archetypes within the same world.
Yeah.
So you can actually see how both of those play with this trial deck. Well, you can play with the monsters, so you can actually see these adorable little kobolds and how they can help you out. Of course, being grade 0s, and entice you to maybe get some of the boosters for some of the dungeon enemies.
Yeah, definitely. They're getting some new support in the newer sets as well.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like not a dead world or like the least favorite world or something like that. So yeah, definitely. I like it. I like it. I think this deck was $12.95.
Yeah. Just
like any other regular deck. So, and we got it from Chaos Cards.
We got it from Chaos Cards, but again, we're not like, I don't know. We suggest Chaos Cards. It's legitimately because they do good prices. And
yeah, they do,
stuff,
and and if you can prove that somewhere is cheaper, obviously not like eBay or something, but if there's like another shop, like I don't know, Mr. I have a shop.co.uk, I'm just making something up now, and they say like, oh, we sell it for £11. You can go to Chaos Cards and say this is an official shop that sells it cheaper than you guys. Then Chaos Cards will be like, okay, we'll match that price. And it's always better to buy it off of them due to fast delivery and store credit. You make points with Chaos Cards, and it just gets you more discounts.
Yeah.
So definitely buy it off of them.
Okay, yeah, that's the video, guys. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you thought I was stupid, if I said something stupid, I'm sure you're already commenting right now. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You can donate to our Patreon, which actually has rewards now. We've actually updated it, given it a big update, so that you can actually get stuff out of our Patreon, instead of just a warm fuzzy feeling that you're helping a little TCG get some porridge in their bowls in the mornings.
Yeah, we love porridge.
It's all we can afford. Most of the time we just make the porridge out of the spare cards that we have.
It tastes like cardboard anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, do feel free to share, do all the YouTube things, and we'll see you in the next video.